Cook real quick. Let's talk about Sebastian Fundora defeating Chordale Booker. I can tell by the first round he didn't have a chance. Chordale Booker was pretty athletic in that first round though, but when you fight a guy like Sebastian Fundora, if you ain't a good body puncher and you ain't got a good jab, or you ain't a good counter puncher, you really ain't gonna beat him. People say his height is an advantage. It's only an advantage because a lot of people allow it to be an advantage. He makes it a disadvantage. If you get him to engage, he will give up his height. So when these fighters lack the ability to attack the body, that's where they lose at right then and there. He's naturally going to give up the height. So it's when you fight somebody like that, it's basic fundamentals. It's jab. You work that jab. You know what I'm saying? And you chop the body down. You work the jab and you chop the body down. That's it. You work the jab and you chop the body down. That's what it is. You work the jab, chop the body down. And Booker, he came out, you know, it's kind of like, I remember kind of watching Frank Martin and Tank Davis, and you know the way Frank Martin came out boxing and sticking and moving, I know he lost. I knew he lost that fight when he came out sticking and moving like he did. I knew he lost. It was no mystery. I knew he lost. I knew he lost that fight. So it really wasn't no shocker to me. But Chordale, I mean, you could tell he was nice and athletic. He knew how to move his head. He has nice ability, but he was there to be an opponent. He was there to be an opponent, and you know, you can tell he didn't punch as hard. He was athletic, but he wasn't. You know, he was durable. He had only been down once before in this fight, against Ammo Williams, but looking at his record, who he fought, being knocked out of Ammo Williams in the first round at 160 and coming back down. Like I said before, you fight a guy like that, you got to be prepared to punch with him, or you got to be prepared to do the basic fundamentals. Establish your jab, rip his body. You know what I'm saying? You know, keep him turning. Keep that jab pumping. Keep working to that body. Chop that body down. You know, he give you opportunities to come over the top and flip him. So Booker, you know, 4 rounds, I mean, it didn't surprise me that he only lasted that long, you know, kind of looking at the skill set or whatever. But for real, he just was an opponent. You push Fundora back, when you close that gap and you work the body, I guarantee you work that body. Don't sit in there too long with him though. When you in the body, you hanging on. But Fundora, you know, he seemed to be a little bit more defensive responsible in this fight. He seemed to kind of box a little bit more. He boxed a little bit more cautiously. I would say cautiously, but more defensive responsible, I think is the word. I think he was a lot more defensive responsible. I got a question. Do them ugly ass Tesla refrigerators come in any other color? I guess that's like a bronze is. It looks silverish. I don't know. Some other color than that one. But yeah, he's being a little bit more defense responsible. And the best thing that probably happened for him is that Tim Tszyu fight is that he learned to stick and move. He learned to kind of stay behind. That could happen. He learned to stay behind his height and his speed. And that's how you're supposed to do it. He'd be hard if he can keep that going. He was picking his hands up last night, parrying shots. So yeah, you know, he learned to protect that chin. He'd be alright. Yeah, he learned to protect that chin. He'd be alright. Real talk. He learned to protect that chin. It's gonna be a risen. It's gonna be a wrap. He learned to protect that chin, keep his chin down. He was picking shots off last night, using the jab. So yeah, I think that honestly, I do see the improvement from the Tim Tszyu fight, but then again, Look who he was fighting, Chordale Booker. And I understand he was out for a year, but that was self-inflicted. That year he was out was self-inflicted. And a lot of people felt like had he not, Tim Tszyu not cut himself off Fundora elbow, he would have lost that fight. A lot of people felt that way. A lot of people felt that way. So, but you can see, they've been working on being defensive responsible, right, fighting around his house. Even when he started to close the gap and he dropped Booker, hit Booker with a nasty uppercut in that fourth round too. He was defensive responsible. His distance is the key. I don't think he's a tremendous puncher, but I think he's a good puncher, if that makes any type of sense. I don't think he's a tremendous puncher. I don't think he's a tremendous puncher, but he's a consistent puncher. He's a thudding puncher. He's not one of those one-punch guys. There ain't that many guys in the sport of boxing that Brock you to see, but he's an accurate, pestering, consistent puncher. That's what he is. And Booker didn't stand a chance. He was the athlete, but he didn't stand the skill set. If you're gonna let Fundora walk towards you and just beat on you, and he gonna stay behind his height and his speed and his reach, it's a wrap. You have to take it to him. And one thing you got to understand with them taller fighters and what Brian Mendoza figured out, and at the same time, who clipped Tyson Fury, man? Steve Cunningham and Usyk figured out with Tyson Fury, they can't see them punches, bro. When you throw them looping shots, that's why I say, once you use that jab, once you get that jab going, touch that body, you get that jab, you come over the top. They can't see them punches coming. You got to understand, you got to use your advantages too. You being the shorter guy, they can't see those punches coming. But if you sitting there and you moving backwards and they able to come forward and see everything you got going on, it's a wrap. But if you getting towards them and you pushing them back, they can't see them punches. But if they dictating and they jabbing or they just moving and you moving back, they can see all that shit coming. But if you coming forward, touching that body, weaving, coming over the top, man, that's how you beat them dudes. Dudes don't have complete skill sets no more. They was motherfuckers coming to the ring without a jab. Don't know how to throw a body punch. I fight Fundora, man. First thing I'm telling my fighter to do, get that jab going to that chest, get that jab going to that body. Keep that jab working all three levels. Touch that body. We just touching the body. When them hands drop, coming over the top with a right hand, with a left hand. We coming over the top. That's the game plan. We gonna rip that body. We gonna rip that body. And we gonna step over when we gonna avoid that uppercut. We gonna rip that body. We gonna step over. We gonna be stepping to our left. We gonna be working on Cap stepping to our right, so he don't know which way we coming, which way we sliding out the side door. I hate to see a fighter when he slide the side door, he slide out the same way. That's why Lara let Canelo back in that fight. He would get off and then he would slide right into Canelo's left hook every time. He wouldn't say, let me slide that way. That's one thing about when you building a fighter, make sure they able to go both ways. No Diddy, no Harvey Weinstein, no Kevin Spacey. No Reading Rainbow. Make sure they able to slide both ways. Shoot. That'll fuck a fighter up. You ain't got to be a switch hitter. No Diddy. But make sure you get these guys, show these guys to slide both ways. It's going to be beneficial. This is why you work on body punching. This is why you probably bring in the Mike McCallum to show you how to work on body punching. Got a good ass parking spot today. No road rage. Niggas in that Shakur Stevenson, you okay, man? You letting them mess up your morning? They fucking idiots, bro. Little road rage. No, not really. He in the right. But yeah, that's how you keep it. That's how you keep it rolling, bro. That's how you keep it rolling, man. You just gotta throw one, two. Gotta be able to go this way, that way. That fucking fighter up. So yeah, I mean, it was inevitable. That fight was inevitable last night. I mean, everybody knew which way it was gonna go. He was brought there to be an opponent, but he was a great athlete. He had some good speed, some good. He just, he don't have a pop. and he just don't probably have the experience, and that's probably about it for him, man. But let me know what y'all think about it, man. It was kind of a pedestrian crowd, I ain't gonna lie, so he got ass behind me. I ain't gonna cap. Hold on. That's probably fake. Now we got to debate whether it's fake or real. It's crazy. That's a BBL. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. But hey, man, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop video. Hit the link in the description. It say find me everywhere. You can find me literally everywhere from X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo. Join the Patreon. Peace.